Hello friends, welcome to channel Reza Blade. I'm your friendly neighborhood Reza. Here we discuss nail stamping, nail art, new product reviews, and I show you tutorials and hopefully a lot of inspiration. If you enjoy this video, please like it and comment about your favorite nail art, your product, plate that I talk about that you enjoy, or anything else you might like to tell me. And you should definitely subscribe too. That's the best way to be notified about my new videos and when I go live. Today we're doing a beginner-friendly tutorial. There is a beginner plus variation, but we're going to dive right into it. We're using a plate from April's My Mani box. This is the MoYou London Universal Monsters Wolfman plate, and it is 05. It's the 05, and it's got a lot of really cool images that don't just work out for like scary manis. Like that, you know, there's foliage and trees here, moon phases, some really cool stuff. So any product or links to the subscription, that's going to be in the description box below, those links. And I'll show you various, like, these are all variations on a theme. These are what I've done. And I don't know that I named it. I think I just called it like shaded monochrome leaf manicures, because we're working all in the same color. We're painting the nails in a medium shade and then sponging on light and dark variations. And then I did some single stamping, some double stamping. I'm kind of amazed that I did a pink one, because I am not a pink person, but my red one turned out so poorly. You couldn't see the red like stamping very well. I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to get it out of the way so you can see what I did so you don't do it. But you know, I used a medium red, and then a very dark red, and then some kind of metallic raspberry red. And then I stamped and hit the bottles vermilion to 1. Look great up close. Far away, can't tell a thing that's going on with them. So, anyway, setting those aside now. And this, before I go in, this is a giveaway. If you're reading this, sorry, if you're listening to this after June 3rd, do disregard. But I'm doing a giveaway right now with 2 of the plates, and different plates, not the same one, but one of them is this guy. And a glow-in-the-dark exclusive polish, and a China glaze polish that I contributed to the little baggie, and that ends June 3rd, 2023. So, I decided we'd go ahead and try with the bright green one first. Well, first, I mean, the technique is the same, so, anyway, you can tell I don't wear nails much anymore. Come on. Here we go. There we go. All right. So, we have a lot of options with sponges. We've got, this is like a car wash sponge from Dollar Tree. They're like huge, and I cut little bits out of them. We've got a, like a regular washcloth kind of dish scrubby sponge without the scouring part on it. And these I wetted just a little bit earlier. They are slightly damp, really not wet. If you're doing it closer to your manicure, you can always dry it out with a paper towel or something. And then we have these little things that I use to do my gradients. You can use one of those. And I got these from AliExpress a little while ago. They're pretty cool, especially the edges right there. So, those are all the ones that I have to choose from. I did grab, I did this with my fingernails before I put my nails on, so I'm actually wondering precisely, I can't find my tweezers. So I'm going to rough up the surface of this sponge just really quick with these skizzers. We don't want a super even texture. So let's see. Now the risk I'm doing with this instead of tweezers is that there is a chance I'll get a little bit of styrofoam in the polish, which is not what we want. So let me show you what I'm going to do real quick. I've got some tape. I've got some squishy, squishy, squishy. I'm really excited that I can do like a for sure beginner tutorial. This is really exciting. So, all right, we're gonna do, I just did an extra one just in case we needed it. And then I don't know where I want all these to go, but I certainly don't want them in my workspace, which is why I have a trash can next to my workspace. Okay, so this is a monochrome look. I'm telling you, you know, we're using all the same colors, just a medium, dark, and light. I did kind of cheat here because this neon green kind of has some, like there's a yellow flash to it. Just a subtle one. And so I wanted to just do a little bit of yellow. So now, well, that would have been easier if I had opened them both, wouldn't it, Reza? All right. So I really like these manis. And they look complicated, but they're really not. So that's a very exciting thing for me. Now, I truthfully don't want to be wearing nails for this. Let's get real close, shall we? I don't want to be wearing nails for this because this is a bit of a messy kind of a manicure. But whatever. So let's look a little bit closer. Here we are. This is what we're starting with. We don't want to cover it completely. We just want to start off with those colors. And if you're worried about the texture, that's all going to be sorted out by the, there are words that should be coming into my mouth, but they are not. Oh, top coat. It will be straightened out by the top coat. Okay. So next we're going to do a medium shade. Actually, I lie. I did the dark shade the next time. So I'm going to use this one. And I hope everybody had a good holiday weekend. Just a little bit. We'll do it. Little dab will do ya. I don't even remember what commercial that was. And then I do kind of sometimes make some shapes or like areas of interest with these sponges. So here's the next step. It's starting to come together, right? And then on the last one, I always needlessly complicate things. You can do this any old way, but the way I have chosen to do it is to mix two polishes together because that is just how insane I am. And I can't find my, oh, here's a toothpick. Please be, okay, here we go. So I was going to have to stir it with the toothpick, and that is no fun because it sucks up some of the polish. So I'm taking this kind of avocado color from Zoya. And I use my trusty, there are words again, not with the words. This is what happens when I film at night because I'm tired, and when I'm tired, my vocabulary goes out the window. And it's also when I start using like 4-syllable words when maybe a 2-syllable word will do. Last night when I was tired, I in a very stupid way, which I won't explain, I was doing an exercise, wanted to see if I could, how far I could push the splits, and then there was an incident where I had to duck out of the splits, and I hurt my knee. And I have joint hypermobility disorder, so it's really easy to hurt my knee. Anyway, so my knee's hurt, and I was telling John that I needed to ice it, and I planned to ice it, and I was leaving the living room. We were watching Doctor Who, the Trenzalore episode, if you're interested. We're leaving the living room. I was leaving the living room to go get said ice. And I said, I'll be right back. I just need to go put some, I just need some lunch to put on my knee. Now we know that I never had any intention of putting lunch on my knee. I think we're about done here. These go pretty quick. I mean, when you have them down like an assembly line, right? You're doing all of your nails. So, now we come in with the top coat. I like a really thick top coat for these kind of spongy manis. Another option is you could use something like Northern Lights. It is a quick dry, but it's by Out the Door. But it has like hollow shimmer in it. Make sure you shake it really well. And it's kind of useless once it gets past a certain fill line, like halfway. I just don't find much use for it, and then I buy another bottle. And then eventually I mix the two bottles together when the second one gets halfway used. And that's how I complicate that thing. All right, so we have here, beep, 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 there we go. We have here a nail. And yes, that's a fine nail. We could actually wear this nail. This would be pretty. We could do, like, you know, 3 of these and then 1 in a solid color, like maybe the darkest of the greens. Or we could mix these 2 together. You know, something like that. We could do an accent nail. You can do all sorts of things. Like, the world is your oyster. Once you start, like, once I show you how to do something, you don't have to stick to that. You can say, oh, I like what she said, but I want to do it this way. And you know what? That's flippin' awesome, and I want to see it. So, I've done the double stamping thing. I'm going to do one. Come on with the focus, guys. Focus. Anyway, so I've got a lighter green underneath the darker green. These are both Hit the Bottle stamping polishes. Of course they are. Oh boy, what did I do? Oh, here we go. Okay, so one of them was a limited edition. This was Happy Oxidant from Polish Pickup April 22. And that goes underneath. Reminder, if you're only doing one, you only have to do the dark one or the light one, but I think the dark one obviously works a little bit better if you're doing only one and you're not doing the double stamping. Okay, so here we go. I think I had some other ideas to kind of give you. No, these are these specialty plates. The first, like, license plates that MoYou London did with some of the various companies were made and etched by a kind of a different maker. And so they're not always as amazing as MoYou London plates tend to be. So this worked out great. Now, because I have spent all day doing this, I am going to wait for sticky base coat. I'm going to take the 2 of these and do them together with this sticky base coat. So now I'm going to use my second. Well, I suppose first I'm going to have to... Okay, so I'm wearing nails. And normally I would use my tools that I have specially... Wow, ha ha ha, here we go. What we're going to use right now is a clothespin. Now, it is a plastic clothespin. Maybe wooden clothespin would be wiser, but I've been using this guy for 3 or 4 years. No problem at all. Okay, so I'm going to use a clothespin to get some acetone. on my plate. And we're almost done. This is fun. I hope you have enjoyed this one. I really liked coming up with this one. I wanted to show you that this is a plate that really is a year-round kind of a plate, you know. All right, so now let's do the lighter of the two colors. I really love this color. Michelle, if you are watching this, I would love you to bring this. Maybe you can't bring this exact one, but I would love for you to bring something like this to your permanent line. Unless I'm missing it and there is something very, very similar and I just don't have it yet. So here we go. And okay, there we go. So now we're going to take, I usually put a bunch of tape on the side of my workspace before I start a video. This is like the second to last piece of tape here. So I feel like this is really kind of a video that destiny has touched. Let's say it in the most over-dramatic, hyperbolic way possible, shall we? Okay. And, I mean, I'm going to clean this up better. I don't like it when, like, I don't clean up my cards either. I'm very kind of fastidious. For as messy as I get, this is... I'm really picky about it. But, like, you know, if you wanted to do the green theme with all this stuff, you could use this. You could use this. You could just use this part of this, those bottom little flowery thingies. You could use this one. I did use that one. And I'm really having some trouble with focus this video. I'm sorry, guys. So on this nail, you can see I used that longer. It really wants me to be very far away this time. So I will acquiesce. I will listen. We're almost done anyway. Close this thing back up and get out my sticky base coat. I use sticky base coat from Nevermind. You can use whatever you like. And for a nail this size, I would usually do like maybe 2, like, see this nail, I did some really fancy stuff on the thumb, but the other nails I did 1. So I'm just gonna do the 1. I'm gonna start over in this upper corner. These forms, these particular press-ons, are ones that I really like using for videos because I have never met a human being, and I've done a lot of my friends' nails. Because I don't charge. This is my hobby. I have never seen anybody with this shape of the nail bed, like that kind of wide square. Like, I don't know. There's just something about it that it doesn't work for anybody I've ever tried to use it on. So now we're going to go ahead and... The waiting is always my least favorite part. I am so impatient. I do not know how many manicures I have had to take many extra steps on because I'm so impatient. So let's do this now, shall we? So, pressing down a little harder than I might because I had some trouble with this earlier. Now we can see what we're working with. Now, there's a couple different ways of double stamping that I do because I'm not good with that exact placement. Like those people who can manage to make it overlap like exactly like 1/10 of a centimeter or whatever it is to make it look super fancy. I can't do that. I think imperfect is just fine for these sponge type manicures. I think that's great. So I'm gonna grab this one and I'm gonna look as closely as I can, and I'm gonna believe in myself. I mean, I don't hate it. That's what I'll say. I don't hate it. And that, my friends, is the end of that little demo. Like, there's our tutorial. So, thank you so much for joining me today. Did you like the plate? Did you like the nail art? Did you like that I gave you options about how to kind of switch it up if you are feeling creative? Please comment below and tell me what you think. The comments really do help me. I'm going to use a nose. I don't need to use a nose smear. Let's just pull this together like a snazzy suit, except it's a fingernail. All right. And if you liked or enjoyed the video, please do give me a thumbs up. Also subscribe, please. It not only helps out my little channel, but then you'll be notified about my coming videos. And I still plan to do lives. I haven't done them in a while. I've been in a flare-up. I've exercised 3 days in a row with over 2 miles, and that's a good kind of benchmark for me that I'm getting out of the flare-up. So crossing our fingers, things are looking up. Okay, so yeah, in a few days I'll be releasing a moon phase tutorial for that same plate, so do look out for that one. And it will be beginner to beginner plus as well. I'm really feeling it on the beginner tutorials. If you have requests for my next tutorial, please let me know in the comments below. Also, I think I've covered everything now. I'll go ahead and leave you alone. You thought you'd get away with that one, didn't you? You thought wrong. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. And hey, go make some art.